Up, everybody? I wanted to come to you guys tonight with my TNA review, so let's jump right up in it. So, to start off the show, we had a six-man tag team match tonight on TNA to start off the show with Indy Hartwell, Matt Hardy, and Leon Slater versus Frankie Kazarian, Kelani Jordan, and Trick Williams. This was a six. This was a six-man tag team match tonight on TNA. This was a pretty decent six-man tag team match to start off the show for TNA tonight. It was a decent six-man tag team match. It was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't really nothing to write home about. It was your basic overall six-man tag team match tonight to start off TNA. It was a decent six-man tag team match. It was all right. It was nothing special. I wouldn't go back and rewatch this match if I had to. I wouldn't go back and watch it. But it was okay. It was an all right six-man tag team match tonight for TNA. It was okay. It was just okay to decent. There was nothing to really write home about. It was all right. And the team of Matt Hardy and Indy Hartwell and Leo Slater ended up going over on the team of Kelani Jordan, Frankie Kazarian, and Trick Williams tonight on TNA in this six-man tag team match. Like I said, this match was okay. It was decent to okay. It was nothing to write home about. I wouldn't go back and rewatch this match if I had to. I wouldn't go back and watch it. To be honest, this match didn't really do anything for me. I thought it was a decent, okay, six-man tag team match tonight to start off TNA. I thought it was an all right match. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a decent six-man tag team match tonight for TNA to start off the show. And then we had Alicia Edwards versus Tasha Steelz. This was a one-on-one. This was a one-on-one women's match tonight on TNA between Tasha Steelz and Alicia Edwards. This was a okay to decent. This was okay to decent women's one-on-one match tonight for TNA. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was a fun match. I will admit it was a fun match. It was pretty fun to watch it. It kept my attention. I enjoyed it. There wasn't really any big moves in this match or any big spots in this match with Alicia Edwards and Tasha Steelz tonight on TNA. This match was a decent one-on-one women's match tonight for TNA with Tasha Steelz versus Alicia Edwards. And Alicia Edwards ended up picking up the win over Tasha Steelz tonight on TNA in a very decent women's match tonight. Fun. It was a decent women's match. It was fun to watch. It kept my attention. So there you go. And then we had the Angel Warriors versus Kat Von Hees and this girl named Ava. This was a 2-on-2 tag team match versus Angel Warriors and Kat Von and Ava. This was a alright women's 2-on-2 tag team match. It was fun. I wouldn't go back and watch this women's tag team match on TNA tonight. I just wouldn't, to be honest with you guys. It was Ava Lawless. It was the Angel Warriors versus Kat Von Hees and Ava Lawless. There you go, guys. So we had the Angel Warriors versus Kat Von Hees and Ava Lawless. And this was a 2-on-2 women's match tonight on TNA. Decent women's 2-on-2 tag team match. I thought it was alright. I mean, I wouldn't go back and watch it. I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't. Because there wasn't really anything special about this women's tag team match. it was just a regular women's 2-on-2 tag team match tonight with the Angel Warriors versus Kat Von Hees and Ava Lawless. Very, very basic 2-on-2 women's tag team match tonight on TNA. And the Angel Warriors ended up picking up the win over Kat Von Hees and Ava Lawless tonight on TNA. So there you go. This was a decent 2-on-2 women's tag team match tonight on TNA. And then we had the main event, which was the Inspirations versus the Elegance brand. This was a basic regular over. This is your basic regular 2-on-2 women's tag team match in the main event of TNA tonight with the Inspirations versus the Elegance brand. This was the main event of TNA. This was your basic run-of-the-mill 2-on-2 women's tag team match tonight on TNA. Very, very basic women's 2-on-2 tag team match. Very basic. This was a decent women's 2-on-2 tag team match. Decent. It was all right. It kept my attention. I wouldn't really go back and rewatch it again, but it was a fun match for what it was. It was just your basic 2-on-2 run of the mill women's tag team match in the main event tonight of TNA, and the Inspirations ended up picking up the win over the Elegance brand tonight in the main event of TNA to become your new TNA Women's Knockout Champion. The Inspirations ended up picking up the win over the Elegance brand on TNA tonight in the main event of TNA to become your new women's TNA Knockout Women's Tag Team Champions. So there you go. The Inspirations are your brand new. The Inspirations are your brand new TNA Knockout Women's Tag Team Champions. They defeated the Elegance brand tonight on TNA in the main event. There are 3 things I would refer to you guys go back and watch tonight on TNA. Go back and watch the segment with Gia Miller. Go back and watch the backstage segment with Tessa Blanchard, and go back and watch the backstage segment with Mike Santana. Go back and watch that. Those are the 3 things I would recommend for you guys to go back and watch tonight for TNA. The best segment was the Gia Miller. The Gia Miller segment was the best segment overall tonight on TNA. She had the best segment tonight for TNA. I really enjoyed her segment on TNA tonight. And I like the segment. I like the Tessa Blanchard segment. That was a really good segment with Tessa Blanchard tonight on TNA as well. Tessa Blanchard's segment tonight on TNA was really good. And the Mike Santana segment was a pretty good as well. I enjoyed it as well. It was pretty fun to watch. I enjoyed it as well. Very, very fun to watch. Overall, I'm going to give TNA a 3. We have some women's tag team wrestling tonight. We had Tasha Steelz versus Alicia Edwards. We had the Inspirations versus the Elegance brand in a tag team match. And we had the Angel Warriors versus Kat Von Hees and Ava Lawless. So we had 3 women's tag team matches tonight on TNA. Overall, this show was very bland. I'm going to be honest, this show was very bland to me. I wouldn't go back and rewatch this show, to be honest with you guys. This show did absolutely nothing. This show literally had little to no wrestling. But they did have 3 women's matches. Like I said, the 3 best segments tonight on TNA were the Gia Miller segment, and the segment with Tessa Blanchard, and the segment with Mike Santana. Those were the best 3 things on TNA tonight. Overall, the show was a dud. Little to no wrestling on this show at all. This show had little to no wrestling because we know TNA is gearing up for their big showdown show with NXT on Tuesday with the showdown show. So that's what they're gearing up for over on the TNA side of things. They're gearing up for their showdown show with NXT next Tuesday. Other than that, this show had little to no wrestling. If you guys, if you guys like little to no wrestling, then this is the show for you. I wouldn't recommend to go back and watch this show. I really wouldn't. So anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this TNA review, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And I appreciate you guys for watching this TNA review tonight. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys on Friday night for the SmackDown Live review. Other than that, TNA was boring. TNA was boring tonight. Very, very boring show. We only had 3 women's matches on the show tonight. This show was very, very bland, very boring. TNA is gearing up for their big show with NXT on Tuesday. It's going to be called the Showdown Show. So that's what TNA is gearing up for on their side of things. They're gearing up for their big Showdown Show with NXT next Tuesday. So anyway, guys, your boy is out. Thank you guys for watching this TNA review. I really do appreciate it. And TNA was boring tonight. Very, very boring. Very boring show. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys later. You boys out. Peace. Peace out. A-Town down, baby.